Right, 26 January 2025, and today I'm going to be giving you the Sunday update. So this is going to be quite quick because I've got some very important stuff to take care of this morning. So today I'm going to be giving you news, and let's start with Nelson Chamisa. So Nelson Chamisa is doing very, very well. As I said, for the first time, we have had a period where Nelson Chamisa is going out. And as I said yesterday, I did mention that Nelson Chamisa was going to attend the funeral in Glen View. So Nelson Chamisa did attend the funeral yesterday in Glen View. And it was very interesting to see the colors. So Nelson Chamisa is starting to reveal the colors of his new party. And I can see a new winning team developing. So Nelson Chamisa is developing a new team. He's walking around with different people. So I wanted to look at what and who is around Nelson Chamisa and the body language of Nelson Chamisa as he walks in public. Is very relaxed, and he is the Nelson Chamisa that we know, very eloquent and able to stand on a stage and speak on important issues. So Nelson Chamisa has started speaking on the issues that are taking place, especially ED 2030. It's clear that ED 2030 is wrong and he doesn't like it, and it is unequivocal. So you cannot see Nelson Chamisa wavering about the ED 2030. That is the worst thing that has ever happened in Zimbabwe. So I was very interested to see Nelson Chamisa yesterday in Glen View. And as I said, you go to WhatsApp and you look at your updates. So where it says updates, you look at the Chamisa news channel. If you want to see any news on Nelson Chamisa, you go to the Chamisa news channel on WhatsApp. That is where he does very quick updates, and anyone in the country can see it. So let's quickly look at what Nelson Chamisa said yesterday. He gave a speech at the funeral of Glen View MP Akata. So that is the late Akata, who passed away in Glen View. And it is very sad that this happened. One of the MPs that was with Nelson Chamisa. So let me give you the speech that Nelson Chamisa presented yesterday. And then obviously you can go to the Chamisa news channel to see him arriving and speaking about his arrival. Okay, is it playing?
Vagari vemuno Glen View marasikirwa nemumiririri wenyu. Chinonzi mumiririri kugara nevanhu, kutaura nevanhu, kufamba nevanhu, kubuda muvanhu, uchidzokera muvanhu, uchitaura zvevanhu, usingakanganwi vanhu, usingarasi vanhu. Ndosaka ndaona mauya nehuwandu nokuti ndi MP wenyu. Ina handina kuuya ndiri kudivi rokuti ndakamirira chii. Ndauya pano munoziva kuchechi kuna nana baba ozomweya. Isu tiri vana baba vezvenyika. Zvinozikanwa kana neve kuno rumwe rutivi vaya. Ndauya ndichiona migwagwa ndikati Glen View ndozvayaita izvi. Ndobva ndaona
Glen View ndozvayaita izvi. So guys, you can go and watch that speech. Nelson Chamisa has posted his speeches. You can also go to Change Radio. The guys are doing a good job over there. Go and check out Nelson Chamisa speaking. Chamisa is amazing, and I've got no doubt that his new political party is going to do well. Chamisa is revealing the white color. So if you look at his jacket, he's revealing the white colors. That is what he's going to be using I've got no doubt that they would design a very nice sort of color for him. I know that white is not as powerful as the other colors. So basically myself, I prefer red. Red is very powerful. I don't know how Nelson Chamisa is going to integrate red into his colors. I think check out the guy on the right of Nelson Chamisa. Just quickly check out this video. Right, so I think you can clearly see Nelson Chamisa has got a new team. He's not walking around with the old guys. He's got the white, and a lot of people around him have got the white. So I hope that these are the new colors of Nelson Chamisa, and I believe that they're going to do well. Chamisa is always going to do well in Zimbabwe. If we have an election today, Mnangagwa is still going to lose to Chamisa. It doesn't matter what he does. Mnangagwa still will lose to Nelson Chamisa, even if he was to rig again. It will be clear that he can't rig enough. Otherwise, the numbers will be like Mozambique numbers. You saw what happened to Mozambique. They tried to rig, and then the numbers ended up passing the number of registered people. That is what was happening in Zimbabwe if they were going to try to rig the elections. Now, let me quickly go to news. As I said, I'm not going to be here for a long time. There's been a massive development in the DRC. So this is a very painful thing that has happened. The M23 rebels who are fighting on the side of Rwanda have attacked SADC. So SADC has got a group of soldiers from South Africa, Malawi, and DRC, and all these other countries. So they are fighting the M23 rebels. And unfortunately for SADC, they have lost 13 soldiers. So 13 soldiers have been killed this week. So this week, there's been massive fighting as M23 is advancing into the DRC and is just about to take the city of Goma. So M23, these guys are fighters, and they are well equipped, and they fight to the death. So obviously, a group like SADC and UN, so UN and the DRC and SADC, they are fighting on one side, trying to stop the M23 rebels, and the M23 rebels are attacking the bases of UN and of SADC. And South Africa has lost soldiers on both sides, on UN side and also on SADC side. So South Africa has lost 7 soldiers on the SADC side, and they have lost 2 soldiers on the UN side. And this is terrible. The South African National Defence Force has issued a statement to that effect, that they've lost 9 soldiers and family members are being notified. So you can go and check out this statement. It's on all the South African National Defence Force platforms. So unfortunate situation taking place in the DRC, and the rebels just on the verge of taking Goma, so the city of Goma, with the help of Rwanda. So that is a very complicated conflict taking place over there. And unfortunately, because of the amount of money involved, so there is so much, all this AI depends on the minerals that are in the DRC, and they won't stop. There will be no stop to the fighting in the DRC, because this is a fight for resources, and it's going to continue. You're going to see this fighting going on and on. So Mozambique and the DRC, they've got the largest amount of these minerals that are required for AI. And this fight, there are many documentaries that show why the fighting in the DRC will never stop. These guys, they have the one mineral that is required to create those chips, the computer chips that are required for AI. Then let's go to General Chiwenga. So General Chiwenga is going to be very busy today and tomorrow. So last night, acting President General Chiwenga was at the Catholic youth event. So that is the Archdiocese of Harare. He officiated there with his wife, Keno Minotavo Maloi. So they were over there last night where they presented, and General Chiwenga gave a speech. So if I get the speech, I'll give it to you, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it on ZBC. As I told you, Mnangagwa is given an order to block or to ban Chiwenga from being presented on any of these radio platforms. So even if the journalists are there, they are not allowed to show Chiwenga speaking. So yesterday they went there and they were not allowed to show Chiwenga speaking. But when I get the speech, if I do get it, I'll show it to you guys so that you can see what General Chiwenga was saying. The Catholic youths were presenting their innovation and ideas and also their products. So that is the National Catholic Youths, the National Youth Innovation Expo. So that is what they were doing over there last night. So that is one picture that I got from that presentation. Then I want to go to soccer. You saw that in soccer, Nobile Magwizi won the elections, and this is how it went. So Nobile Magwizi had 61 votes, Philemon Machana 6, Twain Piri 4, Masha Gore 1, and Makwinji Soma Piri 0. Guys, Makwinji, it's obvious they rigged Makwinji. Makwinji is the man. Makwinji Soma Piri. This is the man who's supposed to be your president of Zimbabwe. He actually knows something about soccer. But Madinga, Scott Sakupanya, and Wikino Chivai, they bought the election. Wikino Chivai offered a car to every single councillor and also 10 million to Zifa. He has also given a sports car or a SUV to Ngobele Magwizi after that election. So Madinga, they're spending the money that they stole to steal soccer. The reason why they want to be in soccer is they know that every Zimbabwean loves soccer. So Madinga want to take over soccer so that they become loved by the people. But no one will ever love Wikino. No one will ever love Scott. These guys, they belong in jail. So Scott Sakpanya in jail and Wikino Chivayo in house arrest. And we'll make sure that it happens. So Wikino Chivayo, Urukupinda, house arrest. Just wait and see. And then, oh, by the way, Prophet Advocate Joshua has made a prophecy on Wikino Chivayo, and he says Wikino Chivayo is going to be arrested. So go and look at the platforms of Prophet Advocate Joshua, and Prophet Advocate Joshua has also said that there's going to be a new president in Zimbabwe. Go and check it out. That man is so accurate, you cannot believe it. And I will tell you some stories another day. Prophet Advocate Joshua, the power of multiplication. That man has got the power or the gift of multiplication. So check him out. And his prophecy that there's going to be a new president in Zimbabwe. The new president has already started spiritually. He's already started in Zimbabwe, and is one of the people that are in line. So it's there. Yesterday, the prophecy has been issued, and Shavaran, Mnangagwa, it's over. Papo Papera, Mudara. Right, now let's go to the fights. So Mudiwa Hood and Hopewell Chin'ono, they had a fight. But I think Hopewell Chin'ono is more of, not Hopewell Chin'ono has got a point. So what Hopewell Chin'ono says is, he has paid taxes to the value of $47,000 to Zimra, and Mudiwa Hood must now produce his own tax records. How much has he paid from his businesses? But what I would like Hopewell Chin'ono to do is to ask these two guys how much tax they've paid. So how much tax has Wikino Chivayo paid, and how much tax has Scott Sakpanya paid in the last year, Hopewell Chin'ono, in his businesses, which is media, goats, and all kind of businesses, he has paid $47,000, one of the biggest tax bills you can ever think of. How about these guys who are making millions and poisoning our water? So Scola is responsible for poisoning our water with the cyanide as he does gold mining at the banks of rivers with his friend, who just gives away cars, 10 million and all those amounts from stolen money. So I think this is a good competition. How much money has these guys have these guys paid? Thomas, I'm going to block you, Thomas, for all your things that you're doing here. Whatever, business, what. So anyway, I think we've covered that. Venanzo Mondlane has came out yesterday. He has showed himself in Dubai. So you can go check out on his platforms. That is Venanzo Mondlane, Sekruvena, over there in Dubai, obviously cutting deals with the guys in Dubai. That is, if you want to talk to people, just to talk, you go to the guys in Dubai. The guys in Dubai, the guys in India, they waste your time. They will never come and invest in Africa. Do you know any place where guys in Dubai have invested? Or guys in India? They only come to get money or gold and put it into Dubai. They will never invest in your country. So Sekruvena, I hope he knows what the kind of people in Dubai are like. They will never ever invest in your country. They don't see Africa as a place for investing. They only see Africa as a place for getting resources. So that is Dubai. I don't know what he's doing over there, but he is thanking the people of Dubai. So go check it out on his platforms, Sekruvena. Now, I want to quickly go to the newspapers, and that is DJ Ola there after being given a car by Wikinochivayo. Once again, Wikinochivayo is taking over everything. The good thing is that he will never take away or take over Gambakwe. I know what he's been doing, but he will never manage Chivayo. Chivayo, no one likes him. He thinks some people will like him by giving away cars. It's like a guy who goes to a girl and he gives the money and he thinks ARCHDIOCESE. Chivayo, no one likes him. He's got no charisma. And the moment he enters a place, people just feel disgusted. That is Wikinochivayo. Zesa. Right, let me go to the Sunday Mail newspaper and I'll show it to you today. What are the stories in the Sunday Mail newspaper? Obviously, Mnangagwa is there in the front page as usual. So that is Mnangagwa over there. Check out Mnangagwa is on leave, but they still put him on the front. Water billing goes prepaid nationwide. And Mnangagwa Arguravan Nenzara. So Mnangagwa is being given credit for the waters. And then Mupamahanga is going to be buried at the National Heroes Acre tomorrow. And the presentation is going to be done by Vice President, Acting President General Chiwenga. So you can see over there, that is a big story. And then let's see what else is over here. I'm trying to see right there. So that is General Chiwenga and Keno Minotawo alongside his wife at the Harare Minister of State, or what is that? Charles Tavengwa. Mudara uyu. I said Inganga ya ED. I think Inganga ya ED engages with the local youth entrepreneurs at the Catholic Youth Business and Innovation Hub exhibition, which was at Harare last night. So as I said, if I get that speech, I'm going to put it for you. So that is General Chiwenga. He's very busy. He's not like Mohadi. When Mohadi was acting president, it was as if there's no acting president in the whole country. And then we got the death of Dr. Israel Mrefu. He's passed away. And he was the non-director of FBC Securities. And also, you will see that he was the same guy is here. Let me show you here. He was there. He was he's been here talked about that the Employees Confederation of Zimbabwe. So the same guy who passed away, Dr. Israel Mrefu, has passed away, and there are condolences pouring in for him from all over the country. And then for the congratulations here of Dr. Nomsa Jane Moyo on her recent appointment as the Mineral Marketing Corporation of Zimbabwe General Manager. Dr. Jane Nomsa Moyo Mapinda Mukesh, the Mineral Marketing Corporation of Zimbabwe, unenge uchibuda ne pocket rakazara gold every day. Jane. Right, apprenticeship intake for Delta Beverages. So if you've got a son who's looking for a job, fitting and turning, refrigeration and air conditioning, motor mechanic, auto electric, electric power. So this is very interesting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on Gambakwe. So if you go there after about 10 minutes, I know that most of you guys in remote areas don't have access to these newspapers. So I'm going to take this advert and I'll put it on Gambakwe for you in a few minutes. So that is Delta Corporation sponsorships. If you work for Delta, it's one of prime companies in Zimbabwe. That is Delta and Zesa. So myself, I had a scholarship, an apprenticeship at Zesa. Did you guys know that I had an apprenticeship at Zesa for auto electrician? So that was Gambakwe, auto electrician, sorry, electrician. And I did not take it. I just went there the first day and I said, I'm not going to work as an electrician. It makes no sense. Imagine me being an electrician, guys. It makes no sense. Kubata Magetsi, the Chiwenga maid. That was going to be stupid. No. And I went one day and I was like, this is not for me. And that was a good decision. Kuita electrician, as make sense. Zimbabwe. But I know that the guys who did electrician and went overseas, they're doing very well. Many foreign countries. But I am very happy that I decided to go to NAST instead of going to electrician, yes, Zesa. Because most of the guys who went there, I don't see them now. I think most of them are under. At the same time, I was supposed to go over there. So guys, this newspaper is huge. I apologize for just flickering around like this. Then obviously, Zesa has got an important tender. Supply and delivery of men's corporate uniforms, provision of property management services for a period of 3 years. I'm also going to put this for you on Gambakwe. These are amazing tenders over here. Very important. The Sunday Mail newspaper, one of the best newspapers in our country of Zimbabwe. And this newspaper does very well. I compare it to South African newspapers and it's doing very well. So if you've got an advert that you want to see, as I'm flickering here, Chin'ono University, you can just call me or WhatsApp me and say, Gambakwe, I want an advert on such and such a thing on that number, and I'll give you the advert. I know that most of you don't have access to these newspapers on a daily basis. Then let's go to Sunday News. So Sunday News is Blawayo. So Sunday News Zimbabwe is not published. Guys, company in Evanu 200. You know, to produce a newspaper by 5 a.m. Say, how does that happen? Kuti Sunday News inema employee inema director nene mese makarara by 5 a.m. That is a joke. Kana kuti munonyadzisa vanonyadzisa vanhu veSunday Mail vanonyadzisa chaizvo. And then let's look at Twitter. So on Twitter there is a young lady called Manaka Ranaka. So if you go to X, you'll see that Manaka Ranaka has a daughter and the daughter has passed away. That is a trending story over there on Twitter. So check it out on the Twitter trends. Very sad that Hasheko Ranaka has passed away and the family is asking for privacy. So let me show you here first. The family of Manakaranaka is asking for privacy after the passing away of her daughter. So check out the face over there. Very sad, popular family, well known in Zimbabwe because they are obviously actors and they are also media personalities. Very well known, and unfortunate that they passed away over there. Or that she has passed away, not there. So very sad. Go check it out on Twitter. And there are also many stories. You can see Nelson Chamisa. You can see Job Scola. What does Job Scola say? Job Scola is one guy who's on Twitter. He does a lot. So there's Job Scola Jr. and then there's Honorable George Wiwa Scola. So you go to that one, don't go to the fake one. And then he says, Winky D's message, critically, the preservation of men's dignity, spoken in truth and the power. So let's see what Winky D is doing. Okay, I'm not hearing the sound here on my side. So I know that Winky D was saying something important. Winky D, I love Winky D. He is always on top of the situation. So that is Winky D. So as I'm saying, there is a lot of newspapers, there's a lot to cover, but I will try to cover those things for you. If I miss something, I'll give it to you in the evening. So let's recap. We've done about 20 minutes. Let's see, how many minutes? 26 minutes. So let's keep it under 27 minutes. Otherwise, I'll be talking longer than Makandiwa. So Makandiwa is going to be live today. So you can go and check him out. Makandiwa, always interesting. He's no longer Prophet Makandiwa. He changed his name from Prophet Makandiwa. He's not Makandiwa. You can go and check it out. He's going to be preaching at 9 o'clock every day. One of my best pastors. When Makandiwa was a junior pastor, he was at my church in Mulawa, and I happened to spend a lot of time in Makandiwa when he was still starting, and you could see the promise in the young men. So go check him out today. Every Sunday, Makandiwa is going to be preaching, and I'm always looking at the stuff that he posts. Very interesting stuff. And also the man with the biggest house in Harare. If you've got a bigger house than Makandiwa, WhatsApp me and we see it. Makandiwa has got the biggest house by far in Harare. No one has got a better house than Makandiwa. Now let's recap. We said Nelson Chamisa has been out yesterday. He was at the funeral of Glen View MP Akata. So that is Glen View South MP Akata, who was elected under Nelson Chamisa. This man passed away last week. He is one of those people that have always stood by Nelson Chamisa. And Nelson Chamisa gave a speech at his funeral yesterday. Douglas Monzora was chased like a dog from that funeral. So sad. Douglas Monzora tried to go over there and he was chased like a dog. And his people were beaten up by the crowd. They didn't want to see Mutengesi over there. So very sad though, Kuti Monzora had to run. But Nelson Chamisa was over there and he gave a speech. And it was a very interesting speech. I'm going to go out with Nelson Chamisa arriving. But let's look at the comments first. Today we've got very few little comments here. Have you ever heard Chiwenga talking about ED 2030? Do you know at some point he stopped people from shouting the slogan ED 2030? What do you derive from this? Chiwenga is totally against ED 2030. That's correct. Chiwenga has never mentioned the word ED 2030. Chiwenga is one man who is very principled. He wants to change the current situation where Mnangagwa and his family are trying to turn Zimbabwe into their own personal property. So Mnangagwa, Auxilia, David Kuda, all these guys, they want to become what we call a dynasty, Mafidi dynasty. And then Mkoma worship says, accurate prophet, ki. Right, Mkoma worship, let me tell you what happened. One day, before Vanvezanu poisoned me, God willing, Naga survived. Prophet Advocate Joshua, I invited him to my house here in Johannesburg. I think you all know Kuti. I was one of the first people to publish Prophet Advocate Joshua. So before he came here, he sent me a voice note prophecy. And I'll reveal it one day. It's there. So as I was with him, we went around. So I wasn't used to Prophet Advocate Joshua, right? So as we moved around, I would drive him from one place to another. Then we would meet people and he would say to them, come over here, let me pray for you. So in public, he did give a lot of prayers to people, different people. And then as I was walking with him, we got back to the house. And then I was just about to walk away and go to sleep. And then he said to me, come here. So I went to him. And then he says, I'm praying for you because when I'm seeing in the future, something is going to happen and your legs, it's going to affect your legs. And I said, Dara, how could you? So, and then he prayed for me. And he said, this thing is going to be healed. So when I went to Zambia, my CIO, they entered my room and they put poison into my blankets. Lucky for me, I didn't go into the into the blankets. I don't know why. I just didn't go inside the blankets. But my legs, I had 2 beds. So I slept across the 2 beds. I didn't sleep inside the blanket. So I don't know what the say. So my legs, I got to go bed like I saw poison. I don't know, maybe they were watching me or what. So I got affected on my legs. And I then remembered, oh, the prophet said to me, I'm going to get that attack on my legs. But he said I was going to be healed. And of course it did get healed. And you rawe the moon wekuma shingo muroi. Pakaipa guys, musatambe ne vanhu ava. Vana munangaba. Vakaipa vanhu ava. Zvikuru. Mukatamba navo pamuchazovhura maziso. Ndo pamuchaona kuti muri kudhila nani. Vanhu ava ngavabatwe. Right, so I think ndapedza naye. Mukoma worship ndapedza nemi. Ndinotenda Mwari anotichengeta kudarika varoi navakazara munyika. Right, I would like to thank all of you guys. And some of the things I'll be like joking, but they are very serious issues, which one day we're going to review on a video. So I think I finished with that newspaper. I'm really feeling bad, but I didn't see the Sunday newspaper because Sunday News normally produces stories that you can't find in the Herald or Sunday Mail newspaper. So I want to see if these guys have published, and if the Sunday News editor sees me here, achita sinzaruites. Another Jenfan, mudzinge munhu uyu. Mudzinge Jenfan. Anotina 5:30. Newspaper rine vanhu vanoshanda imomo director nema senior manager nishi asarapuda internationally by 5:30. Mudzinge munhu uyo. Anoshanda pa Sunday News. Mutsvage umwe. I'm making sure that newspaper rinobuda in time. Atidi vanhu vane dzungu sevava. So dzingai munhu we Sunday newspaper muise munhu anogona basa. Like munhu ari Sunday maona munhu ku Sunday News uyu anogona. It's very good. Munhu ku Sunday Mail anogona basa. But uyu ari ku Sunday News akarara. He's sleeping on the job. Right, so I'm going to upload for you the speech yesterday. There is a guy announced Matuke akaenda ku Mashonaland West and Central, and they said it's given that Mnangagwa is going to be president until 2030. It's done. It can't be reversed, and it's crazy. And Mkoma Peter says Poison again met those lies at another level. So how many times have you been poisoned so far? 3 times. I've been poisoned exactly 2 times by Van Vezan. And the mimi mkoma Peter Tosh, munomunga kuti amupoisoni navanhu vezano nditi. Muroi anongouraya munhu wese harada basa kana mwana wake. Muroi anopoisona kana mwana wake kana ashaya munhu wokupoisona. And Ngoma actually says Makandiwa has got the biggest house. So what? How about his poor congregants from whom he's stealing from? Makandiwa is not stealing from anyone. Makandiwa is someone that has created one massive business, and Makandiwa is a brand. Makandiwa is more popular than Mnangagwa. If you have a vote, Toti Mnangagwa apa. Makandiwa apa. Mnangagwa will lose. He's going to lose very badly. No loser. Even Kumashingo. Do you think anyone from Kumashingo is going to vote for Mnangagwa? It's crazy. Right, guys, I think we've covered everything. When it comes to Victoria Falls, we're doing very, very well. This week, we're going to introduce a new product. Zimbabwean guys have been asking me, what are you going to do for us? Are we going to be able to get housing, the tiny house, how to get involved? So this week, I'm going to introduce a local product for the people who are in Zimbabwe, that is managers. So I'm going to talk to a number of companies, and if you are a manager in a company in Victoria Falls, we're going to start with Victoria Falls. We're going to approach these guys, and we're also going to give them an opportunity to own a house, to have a beautiful house in Victoria Falls at a low cost. Within 2 years, you're going to have it. And then in Harare, we're going to do the same. If you're in Harare and you're a senior manager, we're going to give you an opportunity to have a house in Victoria Falls, a holiday home, where you can take your family and go at the end of the year for a month or when you leave, so that you don't stay in Harare. In Nini, when I just got married, and I took my wife tikaenda kunonzi kubikita kuvillage kwangu, tikanogara 1 month. Paakadzoka mukadzi anga azara. Muri kuona boys, noti zvenyu zvekuswera muHarare muchiita up and down. Takaenda kumusha kwangu, tichienda kunodya sadza pamutema, panyika tabva pamutema, toenda kuvhumba, tabva kuvhumba toenda kunyanga, tabva kunyanga toenda kuBechnaf, padeure, tabva padeure topinda manegovano, tabva manegovano toenda kuchirorwe, tabva kuchirorwe ndopedzaira kumasvingo. We had a fun time in Zimbabwe. But now what we're trying to do is, for you guys who are managers in Harare, just WhatsApp me on that number if you're interested. But we're going to be approaching a number of companies, but obviously we can't approach all the companies. WhatsApp me if you're interested in becoming part of that project. $1,000 deposit, $300 a month for 24 months. And then we're going to have a massive development for senior managers. And then obviously that's not part of the homecoming project. That is for just the guys who are local in Zimbabwe. I don't like working with guys who are local in Zimbabwe, because how do you pay me? It's very difficult to pay when you're in Zimbabwe. But Pakaipa, our country is amazing, our country is beautiful, and we need to make this country work. We need to make our country work. We need to make sure that our country is able to sustain millionaires and billionaires. At the moment, every billionaire, anongweta billionaire, is ran out of town. Anodzingwa na Mnangagwa kubuda, kosara Madinga, Wikino na Scott ndo vanodiwa muZimbabwe na Magwizi. Magwizi. What does Magwizi know about soccer? Magwizi, if you know about soccer, call me. I challenge you to tell me what you know about soccer. Apana zvanoziva Magwizi about soccer. So I'd like to thank all of you for watching. I really enjoy talking to you guys, and I'll see you. I'm going to see how I can work out this thing, because we are obviously trying to work on the housing project, and it requires me to proceed very carefully. In the past, we've had problems, and I don't want those problems to occur. So sometimes I have to move with caution so that we don't end up with the problems that we had in the past. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and a good day